This podcast is sponsored by nobody.
Hey dudes, this is Barbie Wilde, the female Cenobite in Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and you're listening to Tommy Throwback Kovac on Splat from the past. And if he doesn't have me on again, I'm gonna tear his soul apart.
Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back the awesome Barbie Wilde. She hasn't been on in a while. Last time she was on was when I had my 5th anniversary show a few years ago. And today we're going to nerd out on the entertainment of our youth, talking about film, television, and music. We've been trying to make this happen for a while now, but we're going to make it work today. And I can't wait. Barbie grew up in the 60s and 70s in, I believe, both Canada and England. And it's going to be another fun conversation. I just love Barbie. She's one of my favorite regulars I've had on for years and years. And it's always a great conversation. I want to see if she's got a new book coming out or any HorrorCon appearances, because she is the female Cenobite in Hellraiser 2. I mean, that's going to be embedded on her tombstone someday. And I just cannot wait to talk to her again. It's early in the morning, and as a lot of you people know, I don't do my best interviews early in the morning, but Barbie is in the UK. But I will pace myself, and I will make it happen. So yeah, here is my new interview with Barbie Wilde. So, going back in time, do you remember the first movie that impacted you as a child?
Mm. Oh God. It's one of three.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all so terrifying. They had a lasting effect on me. I even wrote a horror short story about one. Straight away, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Invaders from Mars, the black and white version,
We just
right?
lost Jimmy Hunt, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Is that the guy who played the kid?
The kid, yeah, he just passed away, and I got to interview him a couple years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't know what you were saying. I thought that was his character's name, but no, he was great.
Yeah.
And but of course, you can imagine see, my brother was 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
My father and my brother were science fiction fans, so he would sit me down and make me watch with him. So I guess he wouldn't get so scared. This sort of Saturday afternoon creature feature.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and the idea of, aliens taking over your parents,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you don't know if you can trust them, and then they take you to this place that's filled with inflated condoms because balloons burst. Do you know that story, right?
No, it's the
That
first
they
time.
used balloons they used balloons first, and then they kept bursting when people were running through the tunnels, so they used condoms instead.
I did
But
not
the
know
idea
that.
that your parents, you didn't know that.
No, it's new to me.
I just thought, oh, good on that prop guy. He really, So anyway, it's just the
Yeah.
idea you could get drilled in the back of the neck. And so I wrote a short story many years ago
Mm-hmm.
called Botophobia.
Yeah.
Well, fear of basements, because it was all happening down in the basement. And when my dad, he used to go down there to read his science fiction novels because it was cool during the summer. He'd come back up, and I was like 8. And I'd jump up and grab the back of his shirt to make sure he hadn't been drilled
Yeah.
by Martians. And I told him years later, and he said, I always wondered why you did that. So that's got to be number one, right?
Right. Wow. That's a great movie that still holds up. 1953, that and The War of the Worlds. I mean, those two movies really hold up as far as like cheesy
Gene
sci-fi.
Barry, just
Yeah.
just love it. Just love it. There's actually, I believe in Guildford, which is in England, which is where the original novel took place, H.G. Wells,
Yeah.
they've actually built these statues of the Martian spacecraft.
Yeah.
And they're right in the middle of town. It's like, whoa. But anyway, no, that was pretty spooky. My second most, there's a theme. You'll notice a theme.
Okay.
Um, in this was the second most scary film I saw. Actually, um, I was nearly going to talk about it
Uh-huh.
with another podcast, and I thought I can't watch this again. It's too terrifying. Isn't
Yeah.
it pathetic?
Yeah.
But again, I saw it when I was far too young, and that was the Invasion of the Body Snatchers
Oh, love it.
with Kevin McCarthy, Dana Winter. I believe Don Siegel directed it. He went on
Yes.
to do
And do you know who what?
Dirty Harry movies.
Yeah, and do you know who one of the crew members was?
Who?
Sam Peckinpah.
Oh,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
But again, the paranoia.
Yeah.
The pods under the bed. The parents would put pods
Yeah.
under the beds of the kids. And that was it. I mean, no, okay, I grew up in the early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
That was Reds under the bed. That was, time of enormous paranoia.
Oh yeah.
And so that was like number 3. But so when I was a kid, I used to look under my bed for pods, in the closet for the boogeyman, and in the bed for spiders.
Yeah.
So I had a miserable childhood.
Yeah.
Now, you said, did I say I had top 3? What would be my top 3 films that made a huge impression on me? And they have to be horror films, or?
Oh no. Like, how about like what movie genre did you gravitate toward?
Well, just because, my older brother and my father were such huge sci-fi fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we watched a lot. And so another film that made a huge impression on me when I was a kid was because, and funnily enough, it had a big birthday
Mm-hmm.
a few days ago. It was the day the Earth stood still.
Love it.
Not the lame Keanu remake.
No.
But the Michael Rene.
Yeah.
Gort. That one.
Yeah.
And
Billy
that was
Gray.
pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Billy Gray. I actually got to meet him at the Hollywood show last month.
Oh God! How wonderful! But beautiful Patricia Neal as well. I mean, she was like one of my favorite actors.
Hugh Marlowe.
But Hugh Marlowe. Oh
Yeah.
God, a thankless part.
Yeah.
God bless him. There's no way he's going to win against Michael Rennie. Boy, oh boy. But that's when I suddenly thought, oh well, maybe aliens aren't these scary guys. They're trying to help us stop being such assholes.
Yeah.
I think we need a bit of Michael Rennie now, actually.
Yeah.
But the whole beginning of it, I seem to remember this was actually playing at Saturday night in the movies, which was on ABC or NBC or something. And so we all sat down and watched it on the couch with the TV.
Yeah.
And it was pretty scary at that time, thinking, wow, could this happen?
Yeah.
And but then you realize this is a coherent, intelligent alien, not what later morphed into sort of killing machines like in the Alien movies and Predator movies and stuff like that. Although the last Predator movie, what was that called? Came out last year, I think.
I think
and
so.
he lands in an Earth and encounters this beautiful American indigenous people's lady warrior. And boy, oh boy, did she give him a run for the money. I love that. I thought that was great. It was one of the best ones, actually. Of course, you can't fault Arnie. But anyway, so those 3 films. There's another film called The Haunting of Hill House, I think. That was a ghost story. That was pretty scary. But if you're asking about films that made a big impression on me, regardless of genre, or just horror, sci-fi genre.
Oh, just in general, your favorite genres and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could just share this horrible story of me, my parents, God knows why,
Mm-hmm.
they took a 6 or 7 year old to see Lawrence of Arabia,
God.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're in the cinema. My brother's there, my dad's there, because he's also a student of history. He loved all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very beginning, no spoilers, kids, um, Lawrence gets on his motorcycle. It's after the war, and he's pootling through the English lanes at high speed, and he nearly runs into a car, steers away, and then goes into the shrubbery, and he just flies off his motorcycle.
Right.
I was the only person in the cinema who laughed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why I laughed?
Because your sense of humor is very macabre.
No, no. I laughed because I thought he'd just get up, brush himself off like Bugs Bunny or Wile E. Coyote.
Oh.
I was far too young to see this film, right?
Yeah.
And then I went, "Oh no, he's dead."
Yeah.
I was mortified, absolutely mortified. But that made a big impression on me. So I'm just trying to think other ones. I mean, like I said, The Haunting.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a good
Doug
one.
Bradley and I share a real great love for The Innocents
Oh yeah.
with Deborah Carr.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who else is in it? I can't remember. But that's a beautiful film based on a very, 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 very long film, sorry, called The Turn of the Screw.
Yeah.
And they made a brilliant movie out of it. But so those are the sort of things I watched. It was probably completely inappropriate, but back in those days, it was like, oh wow, we have this miracle box. It's called TV.
Yeah.
I also, in many ways, television shows. I mean, we watched every Twilight Zone
Yeah.
because it was in syndication.
Mm-hmm.
A Night Gallery, Outer Limits, and so that probably formed my sort of strange brain
Yeah.
as well. I would say Rod Serling had a huge impact because he wrote so humanly and with
Yeah.
compassion.
Oh yeah, I've talked to
And
his daughter, and she told me about just how, when he was in the war, he experienced anti-Semitism and he saw just the inhumane things that happened with racism and so forth, and so he put it into a lot of his scripts.
he was so brilliant. To me, he's like one of the top people. And I often, Anne, isn't it Anne Serling?
Yeah, and
Yeah, I always make little comments, and she always likes my comments. She probably likes everybody's comments. She's very sweet,
yeah,
but no, she is obviously he's got an amazing legacy,
amazing.
and I think also he was a bit snippy when he was posted to the South Pacific,
Huh.
and he annoyed his commanders, so they would send him on these deadly, you know, missions, hoping he would get shot or something. I read that somewhere, but he would not he wouldn't suffer fools gladly. I think,
Yeah.
but he was a genius. I just absolutely adore him. He was enormous influence on my sort of little baby brain when I was a kid, and I thank my dad actually for introducing me to this stuff.
Yeah.
But probably, like I said, far too young. But and the other show that made a massive impression on me was he said, "Listen, there's this new TV show coming out." I went, "Yeah, Dad, what's that?"
Mm-hmm.
It's got the best sci-fi writers ever writing the scripts. Of course, it was Star Trek,
Right.
and so I became a massive fan. And here's a little cute story. My brother, bless him, he was at university,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to Seattle Airport to meet William Shatner because he had just recorded this album called The Transformed Man.
Yeah.
And he gave that to me for my Christmas present. And he said, if you want my honest opinion, it's not the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And I listened to it. I went, oh, this is weird. But you know what? I
Mm-hmm.
still have that album.
Nice.
And it was signed signed by Bill in '68, and
Yep.
I got to have him to sign it again last year because I
Ah,
met him finally at Monster Mania.
nice.
And
Nice. That is so
no, no,
cool.
it was great. It was funny because a lot of people always think, oh, you don't get sort of fan struck or whatever the word is when you meet
Starstruck.
others,
Starstruck, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Uh, but to me, I was a little bit, but he was a little bit rude to me. Bless him. He didn't know, what film are you in? I said, Hellraiser 2.
Yeah.
I'm only in sequels. I was in Death Wish 3 with Charles Bronson,
Yeah.
and he was like, the look on his face was like, huh?
Yeah. God.
But anyway, then I met him again, and he signed my album, and he was much more friendly. But
Yeah,
no, why,
I've heard all those stories about him and stuff. He's a guy he likes being difficult, you know.
Well, no, you know what? I think he probably doesn't suffer fools gladly either.
Hmm.
And I think, good on him. My God, he's 90, whatever now. Jeez, he's gone up and seen this space.
Oh
Good
yeah.
for him. He seemed quite hale and hearty
Were you,
when I met him.
have you ever been into James Bond movies?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The trouble is, I know
Mhm.
this is kind of hard to believe, but back in the 60s, I was not allowed anywhere near a James Bond movie in the cinema.
Wow.
So the first one I ever saw was Live and Let Die. And I had, the Sean Connery years were lost to me, except for the documentary I saw
Hmm.
about, early Bonds with my brother. And, that was uh, quite interesting because they showed him, being about to be cut in half by the laser by Goldfinger, and then they
Yeah.
switched to another scene. I said, "What happened?" And my brother said, "Oh, because he went,
Yeah.
because he was, like I said, 4 years older, so he could get into um, not an X-rated, but whatever it is, film."
Hmm.
But I love them. I think they're fabulous. I do love the Sean Connery ones.
Yes, the best.
Um, yes, yes, and I do even actually had my own video review program, and so I reviewed. Um, oh, I can't remember the name of it. It was Timothy Dalton's
Uh,
first.
oh, the Living
Um,
Daylights.
The Living Daylights. That's it. I reviewed that for TV,
Hmm.
and then but when I must say, I thought that Daniel Craig was brilliant as Bond, and all the British papers. You can't have a blonde Bond. Oh, who gives a poop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually saw him in a film, highly recommended if you're interested, called Munich. Have you ever seen Munich?
Oh yeah, it's a Spielberg movie. It's about the Munich Olympics and the terrorists,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
and he was played the South African sort of Mossad agent who, he was very steely, and I'm sure that was almost like a really good audition for the Bond. Um, I did like um, Roger Moore, but
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know, a little bit too jokey, a little bit too,
He's too much of a Lothario type.
Yeah, well, no, funnily enough, though, I loved The Saint,
Uh-huh.
which was the first TV show he did.
Yeah.
And now I'm watching, my current viewing pleasure, right,
Yeah.
is old episodes of a TV series he did with Tony Curtis
Oh, the Persuaders.
called,
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
no, sorry, The Persuaders, exclamation mark,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And well, the first one was a bit, oh no, it's a slapsticky kind of fist fight between the two of them before they knew they had to work together.
Right.
But the last one we saw, I think it was episode 5, was really nasty and gritty.
Yeah.
And love the south of France locations when they're there. Sometimes they're in England, which is kind of miserable.
Yeah.
But no, it's enormously entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was great. I mean, whoever thought of that combo? Um, uh, Roger Moore and Tony Curtis. But of course, at the end of the series, they were thinking about doing a second season, and then he got offered Bond. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Sorry, lads, have to go and do Bond. I can't say no to that."
Yeah.
So that's been very entertaining. But no, I've always been interested in Bond, although I didn't like the very last one.
Oh yeah. I fell asleep in the movie theater, to be honest with you.
Oh no! Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah.
No, it's just I know that he wanted out, and everybody loves Daniel Craig, and he just said, "Okay, this is." I'm sure this is what the negotiation was. You've got to kill me off.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to go? What are they going to do? They're now talking. Is it going to be a TV show? Which, of course, there was a Bond TV show in the 50s with an American actor in it, I think. And or was it somebody like Cliff Robertson or something? But anyway, um, but or are they going to just start over again or set it in the 60s, or even the 50s when it was first written?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's like, where do you go next?
Yeah.
But what was it called? Die? No, not Die Another Day. No Time to Die. I didn't
Okay.
even like the theme tune, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just I didn't like anything about it. I actually abandoned halfway through, and then I did watch it, and I said, "Oh well, it's not as bad as I thought." But there's it for me it misfired on a lot of levels. I love Spectre. A lot of people have a lot of Spectre love,
Mm-hmm.
but I've actually been to Mexico City, so that opening in the Plaza Zocalo, I think it's called, it's
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Do you like Charlie Chaplin
So,
movies?
oh, I love them. Um,
Yeah.
like when I was a kid growing up, there was this show. I think it was always on a Sunday, and it would highlight, Charlie Chaplin films, Keystone Cops.
Oh,
But the genius, my big favorite was, of course, Buster Keaton.
yeah.
Not of course, but I mean they're all geniuses.
Oh yeah.
But I love Buster Keaton, and I actually had the opportunity to go and see The General
Mm-hmm.
in the cinema with a live orchestra,
Nice.
and that was really fabulous. I don't think there's any genre of movies I don't really like. Actually,
Same here.
I love. Sorry.
Same here. I also love just about every genre, but like comedy and horror have always been like my two favorites.
Yeah. Well, no, it's interesting though because I mean I do work in horror. I've written a lot of horror stories, and then
Mm-hmm.
crime novel, which could be considered horror. And one of my horror stories about a female Cenobite's being made into a graphic novel, which I'm very excited about.
Nice.
But yeah, it's nice, but it's like a long time coming, sadly.
Yeah.
But hey, oh, what is it? Good things are worth the wait, or whatever it is. But uh, I don't, well, like I said, I did watch a lot of horror sci-fi films when I was a kid. So I'm a bit, also if you're working in horror, the last thing you want to do is watch a horror movie. At least, I mean, I know a lot of my horror friends do watch a lot of horror movies,
Right.
but I want to watch something with, Pierce Brosnan having a margarita or something,
Yeah.
um, some sort of light relief. But it's hard to find it nowadays. Um, there's one film I want to see desperately, and I really have to um, get myself around to the right space to watch it. Is Heretic
Oh yeah.
with lovely God, what's his name? Hugh. I
Hugh
interviewed him.
Hugh Jackman.
No, no, the other Hugh. Um,
Hugh
oh God,
Grant.
is it Hugh Grant? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's always been the king of sort of romantic comedy and all that kind of stuff. And
Oh yeah.
I interviewed him way, way, way at the beginning of his career, and he was just sort of a bit, lackadaisical, but he's very funny now.
Yeah.
But I think he just totally loved doing this part of being this nasty guy. Have you seen Heretic?
No, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of horror films out there at the moment, and they're almost like it's getting more and more.
Oversaturated.
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, horror fans are, they're very loyal and they go, yeah, well, what's that? But I think it's getting to the point where the blood and the guts and the ugh. I mean, that's why I really like. There was this one film by
Hmm.
Andre Oredal, I think his name was, Norwegian director called. Oh God, I hope I'm right about this. Um, the Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that?
No, I don't watch a lot of newer stuff today, because just everything I see is just, to me, this is the worst era we've ever lived in as far as movies go. I just can't get into a lot of stuff I see.
Well, this one is very unusual. It's
Hmm.
sort of like CSI, and meets a horror film. And also, it's got Brian Cox in it. Can't
Hmm.
go wrong there. And hold on, just checking. Yes, Andre Orvidal. He's Norwegian. He did this brilliant Norwegian film called Troll Hunter,
Oh.
which is hysterical, absolutely wonderful.
Uh-huh.
But this is very interesting film. Um, but it is it's not an easy watch.
Hmm.
It has a couple really good jump scares that almost get, oh my God, my heart. But it was actually a real sort of slow burner, which is, I always think, really good. Um, but
Did you have any
other,
did you have any movie crushes growing up?
oh, you're joking. Okay, well, when have I not had a movie crush? Um, well, that was my first. Oh, my first one was James Mason.
Ah, loved him.
My father and mom took us to the drive-in to to see 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Love it.
And there he was, Captain Nemo, right?
Yeah.
Cool eyebrows, strong lips, and a secret sorrow. And that was it. And he kind of imprinted on me, and I sort of made some mistakes in my love life because I want someone with cruel lips and secret sorrow and strong eyebrows.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely wonderful performance.
Yeah.
Um,
Journey to the Center of the
and
Earth.
then
Oh, I love that movie.
oh no no, he's always been so wonderful.
Hmm.
There's also a very strange film. Oh, two lovely films. One is called Pandora and the Flying Dutchman.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God. Well, it's got one of the most beautiful actresses in the world. Ava Gardner, of
Ava
course.
Gardner. Ava Gardner.
Oh, she's so gorgeous in it, and it's really a great film.
Yeah.
Highly recommended. IMDb rating is 6.9.
Nice.
See it for its visual qualities and forgive the melodrama. Oh, anyway, 1951. Okay,
Nice.
he's wonderful in that. And there's another film he's in with Peter Lorre, I think, called Hotel Reserve,
Okay.
set in the south of France. That's black and white. That's really good. But he's anything he was in is
Lolita.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I've never seen Lolita.
You should, because he is so wickedly great in that movie. Just the way he paints her toenails, and just he's just so debonair in it. And Cary Grant had turned it
He's,
down. He absolutely refused to do that movie.
well, no, he's always been, edgy.
Hmm.
He did another one where he played an IRA guy.
Yeah.
Um, Again, and that's sort of an edgy kind of um, odd man out.
Mm.
That's it. Oh, and of course, how can you forget
Odd Man Out's
North
great.
by Northwest?
Oh, of course. He's
But
the
also,
Yeah.
Star is Born.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
He's wonderful. But no, I still have a bit of crush on him. Then I moved on. A girlfriend of mine, we were about 17, and she
Hmm.
said, "Listen, they've got a release of Sound of Music on at the cinema. Do you want to see it?"
Uh,
Or at the movie house. And I went, oh, to see Christopher Plummer on
hmm.
the big screen? You bet. So Christopher Plummer was another one. He's, of course, known for playing, um, the dad in Sound of Music, but he also played Wellington in the rather interesting film they made. Oh, bloody hell, I have to look it up again.
The man who would be king.
Oh, that he was brilliant in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But also, he was in this film opposite Rod Steiger, who played
Oh,
Napoleon.
yes.
He,
I know that movie.
what was it, the Waterloo? It was called
Waterloo.
Waterloo.
Waterloo, that's right.
Yes. Yes. And it was a strange film. I went to see it with my father again, which was, he was this military historian type, and he was at one point this cannonball goes past Christopher Plummer and this other guy. They're sitting on their horses,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really close. He's got, my God, that was a bit close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He said, "Yes, sir. I think I've lost my leg." Very English.
Yeah.
Oh no. Of course, he was also Star Trek playing Klingons, and
Yeah.
he's done. Christopher Plummer was amazing. He
Amazing
did
actor.
so many great films. He did one film that was very. Oh God, I can't find it because there's so many of them. He played a master burglar, master thief,
Mm-hmm.
and Elliot Gould is in it,
Oh,
and
I
he's
know
the
that
policeman
movie.
trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all shot in this underground mall in Toronto. That's one of the reasons I remember seeing it. But it's almost like it's too. Um, and he played Sherlock Holmes, Murder by Decree.
Right.
So no,
Yes.
he was,
Lots of good
absolutely.
stuff. Dreamscape, where he played the crooked politician. He's great in that.
Dreamscape, is that the one where that was that with Christopher Walken?
That's Dennis Quaid.
Or am I thinking
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid?
He can go inside people's dreams.
Oh my God, the wife of the head of my drama department was in that film.
Really?
Yes. Talk about obscure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's almost too much to Dreamscape. There it is. Yeah. Virginia Kaiser, is she in that?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know.
She's in it.
Anyway, he also was in a wonderful film where he played. It's actually based on a true story, where he was a burglar in London, and the Brits triple cross Eddie Chapman. That's it.
Yeah.
Eddie Chapman was a real life person. Oh God, this is Gert Frobe in it. Frobe, whatever her name is. Robbie Schneider, Trevor. Anyway, he played a thief, and they wanted to send him to this place in France that had been taken over by the Germans, and he had to break in. And they caught him. The Germans caught him and said, "Hey, listen, will you work for us?" He went, "Sure." And so that's why it's called triple cross, because in the end he does the right thing and works for the Allies. But it's actually a very amusing movie.
Nice.
But anyway, let's move on. Okay.
So going back to television, did you watch like Monty Python's Flying Circus or the Benny Hill Show?
I didn't see the Benny Hill Show. I didn't see a lot of them, but I'll never forget visiting my grandmother in Vancouver, British Columbia. And we walked into her apartment, and of course she had, the CBC. It must have been the CBC. They had lots of English programming. And as we walked in, I looked over, and her TV was on, and we just suddenly, what do you have here on your menu? Well, we've got spam and ham, spam and eggs, spam and food. And then all of a sudden it was spam, and the camera pans out, and there are all these Vikings in this diner in London singing about spam. And I thought, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Became totally hooked. And of course, big fan of John Cleese and Fawlty Towers. Absolutely wonderful.
Oh, Fawlty Towers is brilliant. I love the one where they got the Germans and he keeps just making all these Hitler references.
Oh no, it's awful. And then one of the girls actually cries.
Yes.
There was one that he was so let down by his car, he started beating it with a branch, a tree branch.
Yes.
And all this. No, he was very special. And then of course he did a film with I think it was Michael Palin and Jamie Lee Curtis
Oh,
called
A
A
Fish
Fish
Called
Called
Wanda.
Wanda.
Yeah, love that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, and I can't remember who the American psychopath
Oh,
was,
Kevin
played by
Kline.
Kevin Kline, lovely, great actor.
Hmm.
No, I never forget. I actually went to a 3-day course.
Yeah.
Actually, oh God, again, I can't remember the name. It was a guy who specialized in these kind of courses, and he'd written a lot of episodes of Columbo,
Nice.
and it's a course of writing, screenwriting, and um, we went through every scene by scene of Casablanca. We watched it, and he would do it almost scene by scene, beat by beat. And in the audience, this is like in the late 80s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he'd already proved his writing chops. There was John Cleese.
Nice.
You know, there was a bunch of these famous writers there. They'd gone to this, oh, gee, what was his name? But anyway, funnily enough, have you seen a film called Adaptation with Nicolas Cage?
I saw it once. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, his brother, because he's got twin brother, he goes to that
Hmm.
course.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember the guy's name. Um, Writing course. Can't even remember the name of it. I still have the pamphlet, the book that you got given about, screenwriting and how to do screenwriting and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, just watch Adaptation again. But it is, that was interesting to see him there. And I went, and everybody, we'd have these coffee breaks, and no one, would
Hmm.
talk to me because I was just nobody. Um, but it was a really interesting, fascinating corpse. Why do I keep calling it a corpse?
Corpse.
Course.
Of course.
Course. Oh dear.
I said, I
And
told you you're
I was on.
macabre. You're macabre. I
I
told you.
am. I am.
Do you remember the series? Whenever I mention this series to a Canadian, they never remember it. It was called The Star Lost.
Um. Well, the thing is, I left Canada when I was 6.
Okay.
So, um, the Star Lost. No,
Yes.
that sounds.
Yeah. Early '70s Star Trek ripoff with Coeur
Oh no,
d'Alene.
no, that. Yeah,
Yeah.
by the 70s, I was in um um the UK, late
Okay.
70s.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, this series, yeah, it was, yeah, Coeur d'Alene, after he did 2001, he couldn't get any good roles. He was kind of typecast, so he went up to Canada and worked there for the rest of his career, and he did this Star Trek ripoff, and I didn't know about it until a few years ago, and I was like watching episodes on YouTube. I was like, this is a pretty good Star Trek ripoff.
oh wow, what's it called again? The Star
The
Lost.
Star Lost, yeah,
Nice title.
yeah.
Okay, Star Trek ripoff. I can always check it.
Did
It's funny though
uh,
because. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, did the UK have any American sitcoms when you were growing up?
Well, I moved there when I was in the 20s, in my
Hmm.
20s,
Okay.
and the trouble is I didn't have a TV.
Uh-huh.
I was a poor student. And then we finally got a TV. Americans said, "Oh, we had the Mary Tyler Moore show." I remember.
Ah, love it.
I think.
Yeah.
Of course, we saw the Dick Van Dyke show when I was still living in North America.
Right.
Um, uh, but I'm so annoyed. I can't remember this guy's name who did the writing courses. But it is in Adaptation, so he's mentioned because his brother goes and does this course, and he wants to write this serial killer movie called The Three. I
Hmm.
think somebody's actually made it now. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, the sitcoms were sort of Dick Van Dyke Show,
Yeah.
um, Leave It to
Leave it to
what was it?
Beaver.
Leave It. Oh God, Leave It to Beaver. Never missed that.
Yeah.
Um, and of course, my mother, right? She was sort of very retiring.
Hmm.
She only insisted on watching one TV show in the 60s, and that was Hawaii Five-O with Jack Lord.
Oh God.
Yes, no, sorry. We actually rediscovered it in the 90s because they were showing it on a, Sky um, satellite TV. We got really just so into it. And we entered this competition. So, answer this question after you've watched the episode, and you
Hmm.
can win a free trip to Hawaii. And we went, whoa, yeah. And so, unfortunately, we didn't win the trip to Hawaii, but both of us got Ray-Ban sunglasses,
Nice.
which we still have. But no, I actually quite liked it. Was the way they shot it was very sort of natural, like that, almost like it was a documentary style. But of course, there was at some point there was a band called Jack Lord's Hair,
Hmm.
because his hair really is sort of, wow, it never even sort of moves in the wind.
Yeah.
But the no that's what other ones, sitcoms.
Did you have like
The,
Batman or
the,
the Monkeys?
oh God, yeah, never missed them.
Yeah.
Never missed them. And of course, Gilligan's Island,
Oh, the
which
best.
my dad liked watching because he liked Tina Louise, and who could
Hmm.
blame him? Um, but the the thing that we watched a lot of, God, it was good. Oh, I watched a lot of.
Hmm.
Actually, my brother and I watched, and then he went off to university. I had to write him a plot synopsis of what had happened every week in Dark Shadows, which
Hmm.
was a soap opera for horror fans. Did you ever see the original Dark
Oh,
Shadows?
of course. Yeah, I've talked to a few people from the original series.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. Well, it was. I have to say that it made a huge impression on me.
Hmm.
Barnabas Collins, Angelique the Witch, all that kind of stuff. I haven't seen the remade movie
Hmm.
that Tim Burton did. Have you seen it?
No, but I remember the first time I ever became aware of Dark Shadows was because of the movie, and then I find out that that series was on in the 60s, and there was a reboot series on when I was a kid in the early 90s. I'm like, how come this slipped by my radar? I didn't know about this show till I was 30.
Well, no, no, it was a it was a sort of groundbreaking because most soap operas had pregnant unwed mothers and
Yeah,
couples going out on each other and all this kind of stuff. No, no, you've got got a vampire who shuts up nannies in coffins, and it's just ridiculous.
yeah.
But it was a very fun um thing to watch for a kid. I never missed an episode actually
Do, do you
when I
re-
was young.
do you remember this must have started the early 80s, early to mid 80s. There was a UK puppet show called Spitting Image.
Oh, of course,
Yes.
never missed an episode.
God, that was so good. They
Um,
did the Genesis video for Land of Confusion.
it was just one of the best. Found it, thank goodness. So Charlie's brother attends seminars by screenwriting guru Robert McKee. That's the seminar I went to. Robert McKee's screenwriting seminar. But
Mhm.
no, what were you just talking about? What was my
Spitting Image.
Oh, yeah, no, we never missed an episode because, of course, they were making fun of politicians who were in power at the time.
Margaret Thatcher.
And
Hmm.
it's, God, and it was just, oh, and then Ronald Reagan, of course, and the ever, the repeating thing of, oh no, the president's brain is missing. And you'd
Yeah.
see Ronald Reagan's brain on holiday on an island drinking margaritas and stuff. It
Yeah.
was very funny.
Yeah.
Um, but it was those kind of things were just fantastic, and the Brits did them very well. Once I got a TV, of course, I would watch all those things, never miss them.
There was a
But
there was a sketch comedy show on in England. It had Tracy Ullman and Robbie Coltrane and Rick Mayall. I can't remember the name of it. It only lasted a short time, but it was on here in the States, I think on PBS. And they did this bit where like Robbie Coltrane, he's in a, porta potty taking a dump, and then next thing you know, his porta potty disappears, and he's like out there, in nature, and he's on the toilet.
well, I seem to remember watching that show, not
Yeah,
that particular episode. I must say, I don't remember that.
yeah.
But Tracy Ullman was great. I mean, she had her own show for a while,
Oh, the best.
and she sort of had this unknown cartoonist say, "Oh, can I just do, have little cartoon bits in your show?"
Simpsons.
The Simpsons, I think,
Yeah.
gee whiz, and that's pretty amazing. Um, so hold on. Tracy Ullman's Visible Panty Lines. One of the funniest things I saw her do
Hmm.
was she was doing her show, and um, she pretended to be Angela Merkel, the previous chancellor of Germany.
Yeah.
And she was wearing her trademark trouser suit. And she said, "Oh, would you think I should wear the green one or the blue one? I don't want to look too sexy. Those boys at NATO conference, she was just hysterical.
The best.
And she was absolutely wonderful. Kick Up the 80s, was that it?
Kick up, yeah, Kick
She
Up the
did?
80s. Yes, it was that show.
Yeah, yeah. But also she did a brilliant Judi Dench,
Oh,
who is, of course, the you know living treasure of the Brit thespians. But she made her into. You said, "I can do anything. I'm a treasure." Um,
yeah.
and so she would she would dress up as Judi Dench, be Judi Dench, and go and shoplift. You can't arrest me. I'm a living treasure, or whatever it is. So
She said
it's just really ridiculous.
she said when she started doing her shows here in the States, she didn't want to do celebrity impressions anymore. She wanted to give the world like characters that were based on people she actually knew and give them something original because she didn't want to be labeled as like another, person from Saturday Night Live or something.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, she always did it so brilliantly.
Hmm.
And she's done some wonderful work in movies and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
don't know what she's done recently. Upcoming, The Actor.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Doves. Hold on, Black Doves, was that something? Oh gosh, that was good. I forgot she was in that.
I like
Did
what
you see Black Doves recently?
No, no. I like when she was in Robin Hood Men in Tights and she's that witch latrine. She says, my name used to be Shithouse.
Oh my God. No, I've never seen. That's the one I haven't seen actually.
One of Mel
And it's funny
Brooks's most
because,
underrated movies.
oh really? Oh, we had a
Yeah.
bit of a Mel Brooks fest. We watched Young Frankenstein, High Anxiety,
Oh,
Blazing Saddles.
classics.
Um, oh, and of course the producers,
Oh, the
which
best.
was the best. And he didn't make any money from that film.
No.
And he only made money when they turned it into a musical,
Yeah.
which I thought was quite wonderful. But no, I adore Mel Brooks. He's always been wonderful. The one thing I haven't seen is the History of the World Part One or
One.
something.
Oh, see, it is so wrong-minded but funny. It's
Well, no, it's
hilarious.
funny because they just showed a clip of it on TV. They were sort of you know five actors that Mel Brooks would never work with again and stuff like that. And it was like I turned it off though because I don't. It seemed a little bit mean,
I think Burt
and I
Reynolds was
thought you
one.
can't. Oh, wasn't it? Well,
Yeah.
it's like, sorry, I don't think Mel Brooks ever came out and said at the age of 99, I never want to work with Chevy Chase or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's one of those horrible clickbait
Yeah.
videos that you see so much now on um, YouTube. It's like really horribly irritating.
And I hate
Um,
those videos.
be,
They drive me crazy. Like,
yeah,
cause I'll fall for it and go, "Ooh, I want to hear like something juicy," and then when I click on it, it's all bullshit.
mm, makes me angry. It's like shocking news about blah blah. Blah blah's face explodes. Blah blah's so angry. Blah blah's throwing his toys down.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh please, you have to be really careful
Yeah,
about what you watch. And unfortunately, a lot of people believe it too. It's you've got to watch those people who, I did my own research.
yeah,
Please don't do your own research. Why don't you trust the people who actually went to university and did their proper research?
right,
But sorry.
right. I know. I mean, they're idiots, is what they are.
Yeah, I just have to sort of, I don't know. It's hard to remain, what's the word, optimistic
Optimistic.
about things. Yeah, but it is very difficult. But then you see some people making light of things in such a brilliant way. I won't go into any
Of
details,
course.
but and then you think, oh well, thank goodness there are some people who are sensible.
So getting into music,
Sorry.
do you remember the first album that was given to you or you bought with your own money?
Oh my God. Well, I got William Shatner's Transformed Man when I was uh, 13. Um, I don't remember having a lot of money, but I do remember that my brother and I went to the drugstore. We demanded Dad take us there after we'd seen the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show,
Yeah.
and we bought "I Want to Hold Your Hand" as a single.
Hmm.
Um, but I didn't really buy music a lot. My brother did, and he bought. Oh, actually, a gift he gave me was the soundtrack to Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, have you ever seen that film?
Of course, it's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I was writing a story about a homeless guy that a friend of mine he still wants to make the movie one day. Anyway, so I was writing the story, and I sort of was just noodling around the internet, and I came across this book on Amazon saying how to down and out how to live on the streets and survive.
Hmm.
And I went, oh wow, this is be great research. So I bought it and read it, and it was brilliant. It's about this guy, and he had all these different tricks about how to survive on the streets, and
Hmm.
dumpster diving and
Yeah.
surfing in canteens and all of this kind of stuff. And he had his email address, and I thought, well, probably a bit unwise nowadays, but I emailed him. This is a long, 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 long time ago.
Hmm.
And we just had a chat. And I said, I was writing a story about a homeless guy. He said, well, listen, I can only give you one bit of advice. Watch Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you we rented it or whatever we did back in those days. And I can't tell you what a weird experience was. It
Hmm.
was watching this movie whose soundtrack I'd basically memorized because my beloved older brother had given me this, soundtrack record.
Right.
And to see, oh, this is in the cinema. Oh no, this is when and
Yeah.
it was so odd because I knew the music like the back of my hand.
It's an odd
But it
movie.
was
Yeah.
truly brilliant, brilliant film. Wonderful performances from both actors.
Yeah.
That wonderful moment when Dustin Hoffman is crossing the street and this cab honks at him. He
I'm
goes, "Hey,
walking
I'm
here.
walking here."
Yeah. I was gonna interview the blonde lady in the laundromat, but she died before it could happen. Her health wasn't very good when I reached out.
Oh dear, I haven't actually seen it in like 15 years. That's
Yeah.
how long these stories take to unfortunately, take to percolate. I
Right.
did finish the story, and I think it's in Green and Pleasant Land. It's a anthology.
Hmm.
Um, it's pretty creepy, but the No, no, it's music was always very important because my brother was, he had his own little band
Yeah.
when he was a kid, and played the Beach Boys.
Oh yeah.
The
Huge Beach Boys
the
fans in my family. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, and the Beatles, of course, Moody Blues.
Oh,
I'm
love
really
it.
dating myself, aren't I?
I love them all.
And then, yeah, well, then of course I moved to England, and just in time for well, it was sort of right at the tail end of punk, which I didn't particularly like. And then all of a sudden, it was the glorious New Romantics,
Yep.
and my band was actually supporting people like Gary Newman and Depeche Mode and
Duran Duran.
all. Well, I didn't support them. I mean, two of the guys in my band did,
uh,
and Ultravox. I
Human
was actually
League.
in an Ultravox video.
Human League.
Um, did we? Oh, I loved Human League. Didn't work with them, but yeah, Human League. They're all brilliant,
Yeah.
and it was just so wonderful and melodic and romantic and heroic, and because I think they actually called one of the nightclubs Club for Heroes,
Hmm.
and everybody dressed up to the nines, and it was a wonderful time in the 80s actually.
Oh yeah.
And then it was who else did I meet?
Did you
I
know?
mean, I did meet later. Sorry.
Did you know Bruce Woolley and the Camera Club?
Oh, I love them. They were
Yeah.
fantastic.
I've talked to Bruce.
And then,
He's that guy is like a masterclass 101 like musician. He will like give you a history lesson of music, I'll tell you.
no, and it was absolutely wonderful. And they were all so good at what they did. And oh, Roxy Music,
Roxy Music,
right? I could
yeah.
go on and on and on. And what was that wonderful band? Jesus,
Remember Talk Talk?
my brain is gone. Talk Talk, they were great. I think I was in a Talk Talk video. Can't remember.
Remember,
Oh,
remember there was a revival of ska in England in the early 80s, and there was Madness
yes.
and Roman Holiday and like the Joe Boxers. They were doing like ska revival, and it's like, come on, you guys are supposed to be new wave.
No, but it was but the thing was, it was new to the kids.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that in the late 70s,
Hmm.
I was living with my then boyfriend, who was a mime artist, and he was in a Nina Hagen video, and John and Vangelis. I don't know if you remember them,
Yeah.
video. And we, what was I going to say? Oh, Kings Road, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Lovely flat. Right above what was then called Seditionaries and then called World's End, it was Vivian Westwood's shop.
Hmm.
And all like Adam and the Ants,
Ah.
all these people were hanging out there buying their clothes. She went from punk to, the pirate look, and
Hmm.
he just did all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, living on the King's Road in the late 70s, early 80s was wonderful because everybody was just, walking up and down, showing off, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, So that
Yeah.
that was wonderful. Now, but I'll always have an enormous love for 80s music, and I'm sure that I'm leaving out some of my favorite bands. Actually, I could just go and look at my iTunes and see what's in there.
There's Howard Jones.
But oh, I went to see his concert.
Uh-huh.
I don't quite know how I got in there. Fave 60s, 80s ultimate
Yeah.
ABC. Okay.
Haircut
The
100.
Art of Noise, Art of Noise,
Hmm.
Bebop Deluxe, Boomtown Rats, of
Talk,
course, Eurythmics.
talk, talk.
Yeah, yeah, Fad Gadget, Human League, Ice House, Hey Little Girl, great Australian band.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Um, Hold on, Sisters of Mercy, they weren't romantics for sure, but they were fantastic. I actually interviewed them for when they were promoting their song Dominion. That was great. There's
Hmm.
Talk Talk, It's My Life. Tears for Fears,
Ah,
Bad World.
Naked Eyes.
Wang Chung, Wang Chung.
Hmm. Naked Eyes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Remember,
no, there's just. Hmm?
remember Psychedelic Furs?
Oh, of course.
I love that
Of
band.
course. Yeah.
They were
Um,
they were so angst ridden and morose. I just loved. They were like the pre alternative rock.
yeah, but also there's also a band called The Cult.
Oh, the Colt's great. I love them.
And Sanctuary. Yeah, I think he's still out there doing stuff,
Oh
which is
yeah,
quite cool.
yeah. Ian Astray,
Um,
I think his name is. Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah. Um,
Echo and the Bunnymen.
oh, love them all.
Yeah,
So I'm just looking now. I'm in the 70s. I've gone back. Dr. John. Oh my God.
Dr. John
Barbie.
was great.
Shocking Blue, Venus.
Yep,
That's a good one.
Bananarama.
Anyway, no, but no, and it's all, thank goodness for music, really. It keeps you sane.
What was the first
Um,
concert you ever attended?
Robert Palmer, he was
Oh,
in the 80s, wasn't he?
yeah.
Oh, you'll laugh. I think, okay, hold on. First concert, okay. Rush was the
Hmm.
supporting act.
I've seen Rush. I love them.
Yeah, hold on, 70s. I think we've been there because it must have been the 70s. Um, damn. Oh, poo. Not Jan and Dean. No, sorry, that's the wrong decade. um, no, this would have been in the 70s. I went to see what's this?
David
Oh
Bowie.
God, they no God, I wish Django, Django. Da-da, da-da,
Django.
da-da.
I don't know.
Um, Bugger. Um, I will find out the first concert I went to. Um, oh, they're so famous. No, can't find it. Sorry, I'm just getting Django Unchained.
Yeah.
Um, they did a lot of um, long instrumental type stuff.
Oh,
This is back in the 70s, though. It's
Kraftwerk.
before your time, love.
Kraftwerk.
Hmm?
Kraftwerk.
That's well, they were the 70s and the 80s. No, I remembered Kraftwerk, and that I did go and see them live, and they
Hmm.
were fabulous. Um,
Roxy Music.
no, 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 that's the 80s. We're talking
Oh,
70s.
they were in the 70s too. Roxy Music was
Were
in the
they?
70s. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love them. They were fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, they were so famous that I can't remember them. But anyway, that was the first concert, and I remember Rush being the supporting band. Um, was that right? God, no, that was in Syracuse. Shit, I have no idea.
I saw Rush on their farewell tour, and oh my God, they were great. They did like 30 songs in like 3.5 hours. They had spinning laundry cycles on stage. They had a big old screen,
Yeah.
and you'd see funny stuff like you'd see Eugene Levy introducing them during the encore, or you'd see Jerry Stiller with a Heidi wig on.
Well, I remember seeing Pat Benatar.
Oh, love her.
Yeah, she would. That was when I was in London, and she was great. I saw, but I mean, but at that point, I was sort of in the music business, and my boyfriend at the time was he was a record producer.
Right.
So we saw, a fair amount of um, oh God, I can't remember what they're called. To cut a long story short, I lost my mind. What's that? Oh,
I
for
don't
God's
know.
sake. I suggest you interview somebody who's a bit younger next time.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, as a guy who's an aficionado, I can't even think of who you're talking about.
Spandau Ballet.
Oh, true, true. Yeah, that song.
Yeah, yeah. He um he produced them for a while.
Okay.
It's driving me crazy, my first concert,
The
because that's
specials.
really sad.
Remember the
Hmm?
specials? The specials.
Oh, oh no, they were great. They were very, very fun, quirky stuff. Um,
Pink Floyd.
of course, not Pink Floyd, no. Oh, I did see Pink Floyd, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it in London. They were great. They did The Wall
Oh yeah.
at that time. Um, okay, I'll have to just let you know later.
Yeah. They're
You can just insert it in. Barbie's band that she was thinking about was,
they're probably a
um,
progressive rock band of some sort.
oh, the absolute progressive. Yeah, that's probably the word. But they were,
Because
why do I
you
keep
said the
getting
Moody Blues
changed in
already.
terms? Yeah, no, it wasn't them. Anyway, we should move on because it's horribly boring, isn't it? Um,
Here's a
diversity of frog.
here's a fun question. Do you remember the first time you discovered your belly button?
No, move
No.
on.
Have you ever dated a guy with an Audi?
No, I
Okay.
can say that.
I went on a date with a girl once, right? And she told me that if I had a doorknob Audi, it would be a deal breaker.
Oh my God, that's so cruel. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Heart was good. Remember Heart,
Yep.
Canadian girl band?
Oh, they're not
Yeah, sorry.
Canadian. They're from Washington.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Yellow Magic Orchestra, they were good. 79, Jesus. And of course, Herb Albert was fabulous too.
Th-
We're really going
Oh,
back.
Herb Alpert was
Um,
fantastic. Dur, 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 dur. Yeah.
yeah, best prog rocks, poor prog rock groups. Oh God.
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I can't remember, and I'm so annoyed because this is,
It's okay.
Anyway, another question.
So to wrap this up, do you have any anything upcoming, like a new book or a con appearance or anything?
Well, I will be doing HorrorCon um, Scotland in Paisley in October. Um, hopefully, the graphic novel of Sister Celise, my female Cenobite story,
Hmm.
will be coming out at some point soon. I already have a collection of four female Cenobite stories called the Silesium Quadra,
Hmm.
about the making of a female Cenobite, how she gets her own box, how she makes a whole bunch of female Cenobites and has a rebellion in hell, and then the final is an epilogue end of. And my a Diary of a Serial Killer novel from the male perspective,
Hmm.
exploring his disgusting sexual fantasies, has gotten a new publisher, second edition on Domain Domain Publishing, and that's out. Unfortunately, all my glorious reviews for the Venus Complex,
Uh,
they're only on the audiobook. The new book doesn't have any reviews because Apple, in its wisdom, didn't transfer them over, even though it's the same title, same author.
wow.
And so I've got to do the horrible thing and try and get in touch with Apple. And I think it's all AI bots you have to talk to.
Hmm.
But if you want to look at reviews, you just have to go to the Audible audiobook of the Venus Complex, and that is narrated by the fabulous King of Pain himself, Hellraiser's Doug Bradley. He
Yeah.
did such a magnificent job. And so that was enormous fun working with him on that. Um, and I think that's about it at the moment. I'm still working on beavering away on things, but it's hard to concentrate nowadays.
Yeah. I'm curious.
What
What?
am I going to watch? Another episode of The Persuaders and
Yeah.
try and watch something funny, you know?
I'm curious. What's the craziest thing a fan has asked you to sign at cons?
Oh, um, trying to think. I'll steal a fellow Cenobite story,
Hmm.
because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But um, the my friend Nick Vince, who played the Chatterer,
Yeah.
we were in Sheffield a few years ago, and this guy said, "Would you sign my dearly departed, beloved grandfather's fake false teeth?"
How? How?
You have to admit that's pretty wacky.
That is pretty wacky. But how do you do it
Yeah.
though? Like do you X the teeth or something?
I have no idea how he coped with that. I mean, one great thing, I think I was in Chicago last year, and this guy came up to me and said, "Could you sign this for me?" And I nearly had a conniption fit because it was my band Shock's first single,
Yeah.
which came out in 1981 or something, and Angel Face. And I went, "Wait a minute, we're in America's heartland. It was never released in America. Where the hell did you get this?" And he said, "Well, actually, I'm from Ireland. And my father gave it to me because I was going to come, I'm traveling around America."
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, if you see her, get her to sign it." So that was pretty, unexpected. But actually, it's the second time that that's happened, that somebody's come up and asked me to sign the record,
Hmm.
which was very sweet because it wasn't, I mean, it was sort of a dance floor hit, but that's kind of meaningless in sales and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But that was fun. But I'm sorry to Nick for stealing his incredible story of somebody wanting to sign their grandfather's fake teeth. I mean, that's pretty. I hope they've been disinfected.
The
So
the very first con I ever went to, I'm in line to meet David Naughton from American Werewolf in London, and
oh, lovely.
this guy, he was weird. He was wearing a kilt and he was wearing army boots. He was right in front of me, and he kept just pulling out items out of his bag for him to sign, and because he thought that that's the only thing he wanted for him to sign, but then he kept pulling out other items, right? And then David, he's giving me this look like, "Help, get me out of here."
Well, hey,
Yeah,
if that's lovely. I mean, I've signed, VHS copies of Hellraiser too
of
and all that
course.
kind of stuff, but and lots of posters and stuff. But it's always, I always try to get up. I was in an Indian movie, so a Bollywood movie, so I printed up a picture of that, me looking glamorous, and of course, no one bought that. But every convention, I always sell at least one picture from Death Wish 3, which is nice,
Yeah.
So I survived Death Wish 3.
I hope
But
I
anyways,
Yeah, I hope to God that I get to meet you in person because, I'd never seen you booked for a con out here in California. It's pretty cool. It's pretty wild.
well, it's a bit so wild. It's sad though because we were supposed to do one last May.
Oh yeah?
Not this past May, but yeah, and it suddenly got cancelled and because of Monster Palooza, which
Yes.
I did do in 2014, and
Yeah.
that was fun because I didn't ask for an autograph. I should have done, but Tippi Hedren was there and
Wow.
Rutger Hauer was there. Oh my God!
Really?
But I got it. Yeah, I got a bit starstruck. I should have gone up and say, "Hi, Rutger, how are you doing?" Because actually, this guy I worked with very quickly, I
Hmm.
had a mime sort of dance little duo
Oh
called
yeah.
Mime Over Muscle,
Oh yeah.
and the guy he was a muscle builder, but he sort of would learn how to do robotics, and we would robot around. And he looked so much like Rutger Hauer. He actually was his body double in a Guinness ad. So if you look up, well, you wouldn't see my friend, but there's several Guinness commercials that Rutger Hauer did. Guinness, um, the beer,
Yeah.
and there's one where he's in Hyde Park, I think, and that was the one that. But my friend showed me a picture, and it was him and Rutger Hauer in the same outfit,
Oh God.
sort of raincoat looking sort of wonderful. But it's sort of like, that there's Rutger looking dangerous and sexy, and there's my friend looking sort of the bright and shiny sweet version.
Yeah.
And it was like twins separated at birth almost. But anyway, so no, well, listen, I'll let you know. You'll be the first to know if I do get one over there,
That'd be
way over there.
fantastic. That would be fantastic. I have a joke for you.
Oh no. Okay. What?
What kind of meat does a priest eat on Friday?
Well, if he's a Catholic priest, you should only eat fish because that's what you eat on Fridays.
Yes, but for the sake of a joke, what is it?
I have a horrible feeling you're going to tell me something a bit off color. What
Slightly.
is it? I don't know. What?
None.
Oh, oh. You're a caution, you are.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I wish I could come up with something as fabulous as that. But yeah, my mother was a lapsed Catholic, so we always had fish on Friday. So I wouldn't have gotten that joke. Well,
Yeah.
listen, it's been a delight chatting, and you take care of yourself and have a great weekend, whatever is the rest of it, and
You
maybe
too.
we'll do another one soon.
Yes, and thank you so much for coming back on and nerding out with me. And you have a great rest of your summer and be safe out there.
Oh, thank you very much, and you be especially safe out there too.
Thank you. Mwah.
Okay, take care.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. Well, there you have it. Barbie Wilde. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh my God. I just love talking with her. I just love her energy. And I just love how hilariously funny she is. She's just fantastic. And I'm so glad that we got to nerd out today. And I just always love her energy, always. I mean, Barbie Wilde energy is just so awesome. And I hope to God I get to meet her. I hope so. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.